Mr. Halloran. How'd you know we call him Doc?
Beg pardon?
Doc. You called Danny Doc twice just now.
I did?
Yeah. We call him Doc sometimes, you know, like in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. But how did you know that?
Well, I guess I probably heard you call him that.
Well, it's possible, but I honestly don't remember calling him that since we've been with you.
Well, anyway, he looks like a doc, doesn't he? Yeah. What's up, Doc? Now, this is the story.
I wanted to briefly make a short video here, talk about the movie The Shining. I just saw it for the first time. This movie is 43 years old, something like this. I just saw it for the first time last week. I wanted to see what all the buzz was about. Actually, I got it confused with Cape Fear for I don't know how many years. Those were two movies that I really didn't know enough about to tell the difference. But The Shining has this great, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, there's hardly anybody to play with around here.
Yeah, I know.
There's many videos on YouTube reviewing The Shining. You look in the comments and it has just a avid fan base. I guess it's one of the greatest horror movies or suspense thrillers of all time. But me just having seen it and also trying to relate it to my spiritual awakening and some of the things that happened to me, I came across a similarity here. This character, Danny, the little boy in the movie, he gets, premonitions. He gets visions of things that may happen, or he can communicate telepathically. I'm not saying I have any of these things, but one of the nice touches that have happened when Danny receives these premonitions is this loud, intense, alerting ringing that occurs in the movie.
In here, Mrs. Torrance, is where we keep all the dry goods and the canned goods. We got canned fruits and vegetables, canned fish and meats, hot and cold cereals, Post Toasters, corn flakes, sugar puffs, Rice Krispies, oatmeal, wheat, thin, and cream of wheat. You got a dozen jugs of black molasses. We got 60 boxes of dried milk, 30 12-pound bags of sugar. How'd you like some ice cream, Doc? Sociables, mango rolls, and 7 kinds of what have you.
Now, I don't know if this was in the book and Stephen King did this, or if this was a Stanley Kubrick touch, but I relate to this very much. I get ear ringing, both ears. And when it was happening post-awakening, I really was trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Now, I admit I'm getting older. It could be just my hearing failing. And this tinnitus, I don't know what they call it, but this ear ringing that kind of denotes your hearing going. I understand that this is a possibility of what's happening to me. Also, I understand that there is an energy component to the ear ringing that I experience. So to be either ear and then I will feel some kind of energy. It can be touches. It can be a thought that enters my brain out of nowhere. So there is, for me, a spiritual component here. And I wanted to just highlight that in this movie, this ear ringing was added. And I don't know if Stanley Kubrick or whoever put this in there actually had this experience in their life, or they listened to other people, or they thought it was just a nice touch for the movie to alert the audience that something weird or eerie was happening. If I had watched this movie before now or before 2022, I'd have no correlation or no aha moment that what's going on in the movie is something that actually happens to me. So I just wanted to share that. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this. Likely the people that watch this video here have no idea what I'm talking about and think I'm crazy and just should go get my ears checked, which I accept that. But for anyone else who may stumble into this video, let me know if this is something you relate to as well. I should say that I did some research when it was happening to me. Of course, everyone goes on WebMD to see what cancer they developed. But for me, it was checking out, making sure I put in when I search ear ringing and spiritual. So there were a couple websites that I came across because I wanted to figure out what was going on. This is not normal. This is some weird new thing happening to me. And typically it can occur in either ear. And there's 100 different websites that'll tell you 100 different things. I think the most important part is to go with your own experience and see what it means for you upon repeated occurrences. Be a scientist and try to figure out what the hell's going on. All right, that's it. That's all I wanted to share in this video. Bye.
Do you know how I knew your name was Doc? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I can remember when I was a little boy, my grandmother and I could hold conversations entirely without ever opening our mouths. She called it shining. And for a long time, I thought it was just the two of us that had the shine to us. Just like you probably thought you was the only one. But there are other folks, though mostly they don't know it or don't believe it. How long have you been able to do it? Why don't you want to talk about it?
I'm not supposed to.
Who says you ain't supposed to?